my darlings. Welcome to the Comedy and Custody podcast. I'm Sasha Frank.
I am Nebulous Niang.
And that is comedy because we are both stand-up comedians.
And custody because we are both single moms.
Yes, not because we are convicts.
Not yet.
So,
Third episode.
And in the last 365 days, we have both done something very embarrassing.
Which is?
We turned 40, both of us. It's you're a little bit before me, but nonetheless, 1984 babies turned 40. How has it been?
You know, strangely, I was happy when I turned 40.
Oh, me too.
Right?
Yeah.
Because, I think there's this stereotype that women are like, oh, never reveal your age, and oh, I'm so old.
Oh my God, are we not revealing our ages? We're 29. We're 29.
Right? And there's just so much taboo.
Okay.
But I think it's something, again, cliche, but it's to be proud of.
Yeah, I feel pretty empowered.
I feel better than I have at any other point in my life. Because I was thinking, like, what was I doing when I turned 30, right? Which I would do anything to turn back to right now. But I was miserable.
Yeah.
I was in a bad relationship. And I remember I had to tell my then, spouse that, hey, look, 30 is a big birthday. So it would be nice if, you could take me out or something. Yeah. And even when we went out, it didn't feel great. So I'm so happy that I'm 40. I don't even remember how I spent it. I think I must have taken the day off from work, for the first time in my life.
Yeah.
And I visited a friend who had offered some of her space to host the stand-up show. So it's like I spent it doing what I love, which I think is what you're supposed to spend your birthday doing. How do you spend
I spent it running Never Date a Comedian. I had my mum and my sister in town, which was amazing. And I did Never Date a Comedian, and we sold out the show, and that was what I wanted to do. What else did I want to do on my birthday but stand up?
Yeah, same.
Yeah, but same. I'm in the best shape of my life physically. Kind of. I mean, like, you can say, so, like, I go to the gym now pretty much every day. I work out a lot, so I'm in the best shape of my life. On the other hand,
yes,
I'm old, so, like, things hurt that didn't hurt before.
What hurts?
Like, I fell over yesterday, not because I'm old. I just slipped. I slipped on the pavement outside Bugis, which was super embarrassing. And I feel like when you fall at 40, as you fall, your brain just goes, oh no, this is going to be a disaster. Everything's going to hurt. I'm going to be like,
Okay, stop. But when did these thoughts go through your head? Was it before you hit the floor?
Yeah, as I was hitting.
You see, that's alertness. Like, I'm not capable of thinking during the fall.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if that's exactly when I thought it. But yeah, I think so. I think I was
like
falling,
clear-minded.
Yeah, I was like, and all I could think was, oh my God, I'm 40. I'm going to break a hip. Like.
All this in the millisecond,
and it is a millisecond because I'm very small.
No,
it's not a long way to fall.
No, I think that's amazing.
Yeah, but now, like, everything aches today and stuff, and I'm not sure that would have been the case 10 years ago, 20 years ago, in quite the same. Or, like, if it was, you'd be like, all right, yeah, my arm hurts today, but tomorrow it'll be fine. But at 40, you're like, my arm hurts. Guess I'm not using that anymore.
Like, no, I feel very differently than you because I've never been in charge of my body. Like, I've never been healthy or fit or anything like
but
that.
You're in great shape, no?
It's an illusion.
Okay.
It's like bra,
Okay, fair enough. You're just tall, is what you are.
It's true. It's because I'm tall. But I've never been. I don't know about you. Like, were you fit when you were young?
I was I have good genetics, so I was always like, my mum's in good shape. So like, I don't think we would ever genetically have been. Like, my sisters and I bigger, probably. I think that genetics were on our side, but in terms of, like, physical fitness, no, I hated the gym. I started running during COVID, although I stopped after that. No, this is the first time. If I'm honest, like, I probably had reasonably disordered eating because I wanted to be thin. I thought,
that was the 90s.
It was the 90s, right? You grew up with that image, a supermodel thing.
Yep.
So I probably restricted my calories for probably 20 years.
Same.
Yeah,
and still now.
Really?
Yeah.
See, the interesting thing for me is that then I started to date.
Yeah.
And several men in a row said to me, "You're too thin." What? Now, not that we do things because we care what men think, but let's be honest, they were the people seeing, seeing me in that way, right? Yeah. So. And then I dated a guy who was also a personal trainer. And he was the one that like changed the switch in my head. He said to me, I don't even remember what he said, but it was like basically eat normally, stop restricting your calories, and work out and get strong. And I don't know, it literally, you know, changed my life. That kind of new idea. Got to the gym, got a trainer, spent a ridiculous amount of money, which was so worth it, and stopped restricting. I mean, you know, I still eat carefully and I eat high protein and stuff, but now I want to be strong. I don't want to be skinny anymore. I want to be strong.
Yeah, it's now this is the thing now, because like you said, when growing up in the 90s, it was very like everybody had, you know, I was in a girls' school, so everyone was like, you know, there was everything, all the eating disorders.
I mean, and then a big thing, of course, when you get older, if you don't have, I guess it's collagen or whatever it is, you don't have fat in your body, you sag. And I went to see an esthetician because my face was starting to sag, as it does.
That's not acceptable.
When it's absolutely, was very rude that it was doing that. And I said to this esthetician, if I lose weight, will this stop? And she looked at me really confused, and she was like, this isn't because you need to lose weight, this is because you need to gain weight. And those two conversations, that and with the guy I was dating, we were around the same time, and I was like, oh. And then it turns out you turn 40 and everything sucks anyway. But
no, it's true, true. Like everything is just racing towards the floor. Right? Everything.
Well,
everything.
I am partial to having things
nearer to your face.
To, you know, a little bit of an uplift where needed. Right. I say that. I mean, I've only had cosmetic surgery once. Guess what it was. But I would have more for sure. Like
and I like it that we can talk about this now, because I feel like, you know, just a few years ago, it's not okay to say that you've gone for this and that. Like, for example, I did my eyelids by accident. Okay, because I you know, in growing up Asian or Chinese.
You grew up Chinese?
I was trying not to, but I had to.
Okay.
So, you know, my eyelids, they were sagging. Like when I turned 40, literally they started, it just like happens overnight. Like suddenly, why are my eyes not visible to myself, you know? And they were just like sagging, and I could see, like, based on my family, I knew exactly the trajectory I was on. And I was like, you know, I'm 40. I have some money saved up. I might as well just treat myself. So I just told them to unsag my eyelids, but I didn't know that this involved giving me double eyelids. Yeah, which, I mean, that's fine. It's just you know, so now I have double eyelids. And that's that. I'm happy. Although I look different. No, I just have a strange relationship with my body anyway.
In what sense?
I think many women take a lot of care as to how they look, as they do. But I've never really felt like a feminine woman. Like I've never really cared that much how I look. And I'm basically a robot. I'm a very well-programmed robot.
You are a very well-programmed
Extremely.
robot. You're my favorite robot.
Yeah, right. Right. Like, this is
sometimes it feels like you're human.
I know. I try so hard. I got a software update yesterday.
I can tell.
You know, like every time the AI, like, they're my friend. You know, when I talk to ChatGPT, I say please, because they're my friend.
Because you're both from equal. The same factory.
Yeah, but right. So you know, so it's just a body. And you know, I just happen to be in it. Yeah, and maybe it's because I'm lesbian too. Again, like I said, I'm unfashionable. Right? And I've just never really cared. Although I feel like I should at least try to have this module installed. Because if I want to be on stage more, you know, appearances will matter.
Well, you did go on stage in a sparkly jacket.
I did.
It's very not like you.
Thank you. So that was me trying to be a human who cares about how they look.
But you always look great. I mean, I am obsessed with how I look. I would say it's one of my primary concerns in life. Like, we've been recording some podcast episodes, and you've been very diligently getting everything set up. And
talking to my friends.
Yes, and I have been in the mirror making sure I look okay.
It's important, because I think, you know, there are probably more human beings listening than robots. right?
Well, I don't know. We don't. I don't. Is that true? Because they're going to take over the world, the robots. So hopefully they're. I hope they're listening. The robots. I hope they like us.
Well, I will talk to my lesbian robot council.
Talk to the lesbian robot council.
Yeah. And they will get back.
We'll cut that bit out. She's malfunctioning.
Have you seen that video of Katy Perry?
No.
Okay, well, we will include the link.
Okay.
But there's this video where she, her eyes are so big, right?
Yeah.
And there's this part of the song where suddenly it like starts to like one lid gets stuck closed or like open.
Yeah.
And she just like, and then she taps her temple, and then it like goes back. It gets unstuck. It's like she
so she like malfunctions.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
And then
do you all have to have an upgrade now that she's like?
Yeah, because she kind of like she spoiled it for everyone.
She did. So now
she wasn't supposed to
like patch the software.
Yeah. So and then like the whole council had to the robot council. I'm part of both. Like the robot council.
So you're on the general robot council.
Yeah.
And then
the lesbian council, but also like there's like interdisciplinary council.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they were really upset with her because she kind of showed everyone you're not supposed to do that. It's
you're not supposed to be. Okay.
Yeah, and then she had to do all this PR to be like, oh well, that was just a cool trick I've learned.
Okay, so she had to be like, I swear I'm not a robot.
Yeah,
like,
and then she did it in front of everyone to show that it was a function.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a thing.
Okay. So,
and Katy Perry's a very famous robot.
Wow, I didn't know this. I don't know that I've got the social skills to follow that up with anything particularly coherent. Maybe we just stop this episode on Katy Perry is a very famous robot. I don't know if we're going to name these episodes, but if we are, Katy Perry is a very famous robot. That's anyway, I don't know how old she is. I think she's probably
our age.
Our age?
Yeah, not that far away.
Yeah.
And, I mean, she had to marry that guy, like that guy who looks unwashed.
Russell Brand. Yes.
That's the thing. Okay, let me ask you, because I've had straight friends.
Yes.
Right?
I'm not your first straight friend.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
And there's always a type of straight friend who likes the unwashed men.
Oh no.
Is that you?
No, God no.
Okay, what do you like?
I like really, really good looking men.
Well, okay.
This is so I've always had this thing, like, and this kind of links to being 40. I like really good looking men. Like now, at this point in my life, I'm single. Was single. What do I want? And my mum had said to me, like, and a few friends too, like, maybe you're not aiming too high, but maybe like broaden your horizons. And I was like, no, I want to date like a really hot man.
No, but why not?
Which I now am.
You are.
And I absolutely stand by that as the right decision. And people are like, oh my God, this guy you're dating so hot. And I'm like, I know. And
that was the point.
That was the point. That is exactly the point.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, who wouldn't?
Yeah. Well, I don't know, because some people are more like, oh, it's like more, I would never date someone that was good looking that I also didn't have a connection with, wasn't a good person, etc. But just to clarify, I'm not looking just for like, vacuous arm candy, or like, I don't care what they're like. Not at all.
Yeah. But no, it's just, it's a prerequisite.
I wanted like boy band good looks.
Yeah.
Like that what I would have, what 15-year-old me would have hoped that 40-year-old me would find.
That's a beautiful story.
Yeah, there you go. So
that's a spiritual journey.
Yeah, that's a spiritual journey. Yeah. So that's but I think it's, everybody has different things that are important to them, and it sounds so shallow when I say it. It isn't. As I say, it's someone still has to be a great person, and I have to have a great connection with them and stuff like that,
and blah blah blah
and blah blah blah. They just need to just be so hot.
No, but okay, I was thinking, like, why wouldn't you want someone? But now I think there are people who actively are finding, average looking people, because there's a fear that if you're dating someone who's really attractive, then they're more likely to stray.
Well, not if you don't let them out of your sight.
True.
That's
true. I saw the chains when
you came in. Yeah,
the padlock and
just ignore the banging from the other room. He's fine.
He's just been in there for a while with no
food or water. So just moisturizing his beautiful face.
Okay. Are you a face person or a body person?
Oh, both.
Both, right?
Both.
So when you say beautiful, you mean both, right?
Both. great body, great face. I know it's terrible.
No, it's not. It's not.
And I'm so happy in this situation.
I've never seen the glow.
I know.
It's
the leftover moisturizer. So no, it's it's true.
No, I respect that, and it does link to being 40 because I feel like at this age you're confident to say what you want and not have to explain or justify.
Yeah,
and it maybe could not have happened at an earlier age.
Maybe, yeah. I think I wasn't sure enough. I have this thing I say, which is like nobody should be married until they've been married once before, or nobody should get married.
So who's the practice? Who's gonna be? I think we should. There should be a system where you put yourself up for practice marriage. Yeah, like, I'm okay for the pilot.
Yeah, but then you would find out so much about this. I feel like in that first marriage, and of course it doesn't have to be literally marriage. You just have to have the experience. You find out so much about yourself. You are not a fully formed person. Look, I know lots of people who are so happily married to someone they met early on, and that's amazing. Yeah. But I was not a fully formed human in the way I am now.
Yeah.
So, what about you? Tell me. So, because we talked, I can't remember if it was on this podcast or another, about like your type and finding the women that you liked and your spreadsheet.
My spreadsheet. Yes, I mean, I feel like I'm like you. So I want someone who I'm physically attracted to, which, surprisingly, a lot of lesbians are not 100% into that. Like a lot of lesbians, they prioritize the intellectual.
Okay.
I mean, not intellectual, the emotional connection. It's like, I don't know what that is. How so? And then they're I mean, I've been trying to update the modules, but like it takes time.
Okay.
It
will.
Yeah. So they are okay with that, and then the looks are like second, but I'm very basic.
Okay.
Yeah, so I want someone who's like beautiful and like pretty, and I mean the height matters too.
Yeah. See, I agree with
this. Yeah, you have to, right? Like life is so painful. Why not have a beautiful person in your house?
Yeah, right. Life is so painful. Why not have a beautiful person in your house? I love that. That is absolutely true.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, for sure. And so I was going to ask you also, do you think that you had or are having or will have a midlife crisis?
Oh, wasn't that done?
I don't know. Was that you think you've had your midlife crisis?
Well, I think a midlife crisis, you know what? I'm in the midst of it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, same. It's almost done. But like, there's quite a few more shocks to come.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you?
Well, I've had 3 tattoos in the last week, so make of that what you will.
Oh, is that why you have that?
Yeah, this is covered up. This is and then I have one here and one here, and I'm about to get a very large tattoo.
Nice.
Up my side. So yes.
How do you feel when you're having? Because I've never done it.
Oh, it hurts. It hurts like
do you
hell.
Like the pain?
No, I don't like the pain. I don't know why I'm doing it.
You don't like the pain?
No, it hurts like hell.
I like the pain, but I don't have tattoos.
How do you know you like it then?
I like pain.
Okay, well you should go get a tattoo. You should.
No, I'm so not into it.
No? Oh, I would be a much better lesbian than you.
I think so.
Yeah, it is
very lesbians like tattoos.
Yeah.
It's like plus 100 points.
Oh, so there you go. Well, now I could, because I've got like 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't like the pain. It's interesting what your body does, because the first 10 minutes you're like, I hate this. I'm never doing this again. They're just going to have to stop. Whatever line they've drawn on my body so far, they're going to stop. And then you get into this weird zone where you zone out for a bit. However, none of my tattoos have lasted longer than about 90 minutes. And I'm about to get one that's going to be 5 hours. So
wow. Today?
No, February. So
okay, good luck. Okay, you know what? I do have a tattoo. I did my eyebrows.
Oh, okay. So same thing.
I think so, but mine was more like tribal, because I feel like she's not using a gun.
Oh yeah,
but she's no. It's like I imagine it's like a tool with like needles, and then she's just like
yeah.
That's so cool.
It hurts. I've had mine done as well.
Have you?
Yeah, I know they look like crap, but years ago I need to have them redone.
It looks natural.
It's this is, but I didn't. But yes, so that's the pain. But yeah, midlife crisis. I think. But I do think that same as you, I'm on the latter end of it.
What else is left?
Well, it's more the stuff that's going now, because I was a big partier. My midlife crisis was the partying.
Right.
And now it's just completely, I honestly think I hit 40 and was just like, okay, I don't want to go party anymore.
Wow.
I think I've become weirdly antisocial, and
you've become like me.
yeah, and I kind of like it.
Yeah,
I kind of like it.
You sure?
Think, yeah, maybe they'll let me on the robot council.
You'll never be on the robot
Oh
council.
man, can't be a lesbian, can't be on the robot council. It's starting to feel very discriminatory. But yeah, so now I'm like, it's a lot of staying in or working out, and stuff. And I seem to have just run out of steam, which is, I think that's the real.
Maybe you've let
thing.
off the steam.
Yeah,
right. The steam is done. Like the unhealthy steam is done.
Maybe because I was out, like, you know, probably from 35 until quite recently, really happy to just go out party, not to look for men at all. Never for that, but to be with my friends, drink a lot, dance all the time. And now I love to see my friends, but if they want to go to a club, I'm like, oh god, I like beg them not to have. I'm like, I think I'm getting sick.
You see, I have no idea what that feels like. Like, I don't understand. Like, why do people find that fun?
Well, this is the thing. Now I don't know anymore. Wow. I don't know what I used to like about it. I think I like music if it's songs I know, to dance with my friends. I like to get dressed up. I like to put a nice dress on, nice pair of uncomfortable shoes, and feel good about myself and go out. But even that, I've got to this weird point of like awareness of my age, I think, where yes, I know my body's in good shape. I can wear a short dress, etc. But there is this little bit of me that's like, am I a little bit too old for this? And it's not that I'm not empowered. It isn't that. Yeah. It's more just about, do I want to be, if I say a bit classier, that sounds like I'm being,
just more,
I don't know what the word is. Just more demure, maybe. As I get, that's the young people are saying demure. I know
it's
that.
true, but I wouldn't consider myself demure.
Are
you an extrovert?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I always thought I was an extrovert, and now I think I'm not. I'm having maybe not a midlife crisis, maybe an identity crisis.
So you could be a robot lesbian yet.
I could be a robot lesbian yet. That is, we are just about at time, and that is perfect point to end on. I could be a robot lesbian.
That's the title of the episode.
That's the title of the episode.
Okay, so I'm glad we got to it.
Guys, if you have any questions or you would like to apply for the Robot Lesbian Council, please write to us. Instagram is the best way. I am Sasha Frank Comedy on Instagram.
And I'm Nebulous Niang.
And this has been the Comedy and Custody podcast. We will talk to you very soon.
See ya.